It is a Wednesday, and the Wonder Women of Wake Up Nigeria are here yet again. However, the topic that we want to touch on is not really just a women's topic. It's a topic generally that cuts across. There was a post we found online yesterday, and it goes like this. My friend is in a dilemma. His current job pays about 700,000 naira. However, he basically does nothing. His brain isn't tasked, and he just does routine admin work. He has an offer with a lower pay of 500,000 naira. However, with crazy learning opportunities, intellectual stimulation, his concern for his employability skill in the future, if he keeps doing this initial job, routine work for a 200k pay difference is the main concern.
That's 2.4 million naira.
Yeah, that's the difference of 2.4 million naira a year. Okay. So the question is, should he take the lower paying job for more intellectual stimulation and job fulfillment, or should he stay with the 700k job where he's basically doing nothing?
So off air, I think I've said enough about that, but I'll definitely tell you what my thoughts are. However, let's hear from Winfrey. What's your take on this?
I don't understand.
Winfrey is yet to make a comment on this, so I'd like to hear your own opinion.
To be very honest, I think that in life, there are different stages. You understand? I believe that it depends on the stage of life that you're at and what your priorities are, to be very honest. And I think that if you're literally, most times, people are starting off, initially when people start probably fresh off NYSC, they're looking for anything. They just want to do anything. They just want to be engaged and get that experience and get and all of that and everything. And then they get to a point where, okay, fine, you believe that you've worked. And also, depends on the climate you're working at. I'll say that because in the environment. Yeah. Because particularly in Nigeria, there are a lot of time, we see a lot of situations where people are literally, your services are being used and you're not necessarily paid as much as you should be paid. Exactly. And all of that. Everybody believes, okay, exposure, exposure. Do you understand? Especially even in like what we do and everything. People calling you to do different things and all of that based off, okay, we'll give you exposure and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel it also depends on where, how have you done your experience exposure phase of life? Now, are you at the point where you know what? You're a man, you're trying to settle down, you're trying to probably start a family, you need more capital, you need more money and all of that. However, I would say there are several ways to get mental stimulation aside or outside what you do. Do you understand? I want to believe that once upon a time, you applied for the job. There was something that you saw that made you actually go for it. So at any point you feel, and I feel it happens.
So there are times
we...
What? It was the money you saw now.
It was the money. Then now you cannot complain now. You continue seeing the money, right? And find where your stimulation is going to come from.
There is that age-old saying, when you do what you love, you never have to work in it.
Yeah.
Of course.
To be honest, I just feel like this guy does not like what he does. He doesn't like it.
To be very honest, I feel there are situations where you actually find yourself doing what you like, however, not getting fulfilled.
Really?
Yes.
How can you do what you like and not feel fulfilled by doing what you like?
Monotony. Yes.
So he's bored.
Exactly. It happens. You've never gotten bored?
Bored?
On any job, Titi?
I'm not bored of what I do. I love what I do.
I'm not saying you are not bored
I'm just saying, I don't think
have you ever, never, ever?
I don't think I've ever been bored of what I do. This is just me. I might be different, but I don't think I've ever been bored. I don't think, because I've ended up doing certain things even for pro bono. Because of how much I love it. But the truth is, I'm trying to connect with that whole stimulation thing. If there's a team that's working on crazy documentaries, traveling the world, for a lesser pay, I would get to see the world. I would get to engage with teams that have done some Pulitzer Prize winning documentaries. I think I would take it.
As I said, it depends on what part of life you're in. If he's trying to have a family, he doesn't have time to travel. He just wants money to do his wedding.
So the way I look at this thing is actually kind of similar to what you said, because I know that's basically, you more or less summarized everything I had said off air. Because the reality is this, in life, there are stages to everything. There's a time for growth, a time to amass, and a time to relax. And in all of those stages, it's also important to keep learning all the way.
Yes.
You cannot tell a 60 or no, 60 is even too far. You cannot tell a 45-year-old to leave a job of 700k with responsibilities for a 500k job for mental stimulation. Stimulation at a time that he even needs to free his mind because he already has too much worrying him. And then because he refuses to, you say, oh, you're not ambitious.
Exactly.
Like, and then I've realized that we are in a climate in which people believe that being ambitious means you want more money. Ambition and wanting more money sometimes do not correlate. Ambition might be, oh, I want to know a lot about what I'm doing already. Yeah. It might not necessarily be about money.
It might not even be about work.
It might not even be about work. Yeah, sometimes
it might be about
ambitions have nothing to do with work.
I will say this, like personally, I had this experience personally not too long ago, right? At a stage in my life, I literally had to take, so like I'm a kind of person that over the years, I've always done multiple things, right? And all of that. It got to a point where I'm just like, okay, you know, because I had free time and I have a lot of energy and I like to do like a lot of things that I'm interested in. I don't believe that there's one career path and all of that. I like to like dabble into a lot of things. And then, but there was a point in my life, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is going to reduce my income, but I rather the time. And then I literally had resigned from a number of things I was doing, which were literally bringing like most of the major cash. Because at that point, that was not my goal and focus anymore. I was getting exposure, travels, all that stuff. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to put that aside because I need more time to myself. Because I started to feel like, you know what? Like, you know how life literally can get and how you lose yourself into the process and everything. So that's what I'm saying. I believe life is in stages. And what really matters is what you really want, not what people say. Sit and think for yourself.
Exactly.
At this point in my life, what matters the most to me? Do you understand? It could be time, taking that time to spend with your kids. It could be literally probably even finding a new skill and all of that, getting trained online and all of that. So different things.
A lot of people mention that training, take a course, that free extra time he has while doing that.
Use that free extra time to rest.
Even to rest.
Sleep. See, we overemphasize courses, training, self-improvement. Look, you can still do those things when you are even, you know, in your leisure.
Yes,
I feel like there's too much pressure, especially in the Nigerian industry, and not just even the white collar, even the blue collar. There's always this, what certification do you have? Sometimes the experience gained from what the person knows goes a long way.
Yes.
People who earn 700,000 naira, that same person who earns 700,000 is going to apply to another job for 1.5 million naira, get the job because of what his JD from his current place says, and then start learning from somebody that is earning 200,000 naira on the same job. We see it happen.
Yeah.
So, see, at the end of the day, you just need to know what works best for you and
the question is,
and go ahead with it.
Is the grass actually greener on the other side?
No, it's more work on the other side. Yeah.
It's your grass.
Yeah.
Is however green you want it to be.
Okay, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Would you take a 200k pay cut for intellectual
your salary
stimulation?
is even up to 200k. This is still smiling.
Yeah.